Hello and welcome to a beautiful, maybe beautiful, rainy fall night here at Dalis Stadium for our first football production of the season. I'm joined by Bruce Parker. I'm Spencer Martin, and Bruce, this is an exciting way to start the year, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, Spence, wasn't it 100 degrees here a couple days ago?
Yeah, it was.
We got a little bit cooler tonight, but hey, what 1 year ago, or a little bit longer than a year ago, Billings West and Flathead High School were playing on this field for the AA state championship.
Yeah.
It came down to the last minute of the game, and they had Flathead had it first and goal inside the 5, and Billings West held them on 4 straight downs, and Rob Stanton and his team won the state championship. So a little bit of a rematch tonight. They started off on different ends of the spectrum last week as Flathead lost at home to a good Bozeman team 35-0, and Billings West went up to Missoula on the road and beat Missoula Big Sky 41-6. So we'll see what happens tonight.
We will. You know, it's always interesting with week 1 going into week 2, and both teams lost a lot of players, but they still got some great guys coming back. And for starting with Kalispell Flathead, we got Chance Sheldon Allen at receiver and defensive back. What do you like from him? He's a speedy guy for him.
Well, he's got great speed, and he's used on both sides of the ball. Very rarely in AA football do you see guys go both ways, but he does go both ways, and he's probably their best football player. As Matt Upham would say, he's their new head football coach. He's a guy that can make a difference.
Yeah, and he was the state champion in the 100-meter for AA. But shifting over to Billings West, you got Connor Ryan, a guy that everyone's familiar with, the future Bobcat, and I'm sure you know plenty about this guy.
Well, when I was at Montana State as an assistant athletic director, his dad, Cy Ryan, was a great football player for the Bobcats and a great running back. But Connor's outstanding. Had almost 200 yards receiving last week on only 3 catches. He plays defensive back. He's a guy that's also a difference maker. So we have 2 guys to really keep an eye on tonight.
Yeah, it's a great matchup, a lot of great players, 2 great teams here in week 2, and it's coming back here on SWX tonight. Welcome back to Wendy Field here at Dalis Stadium. The crowd is ready. The teams are lined up for kickoff. Flathead will kick it off, and West will receive. Spencer Martin here with Bruce Parker. Bruce, look, we got some sunshine right at kickoff.
Yeah, I know. We knew that was going to happen when we were standing down there getting rained on earlier in the game, but it's a great stadium, great place to watch a football game.
Yeah, we got a crowd out, and so here we go. Rematch of the state championship about to be underway. Here's Flathead on the kickoff. Let's play some football. West will return it. Makes a tackle. That's Connor Ryan, gets the edge. She's free on the release. Kicker's coming up, and Ryan taken down out of bounds just past the 50-yard line. What a start for the Golden Bears.
Yeah, we talked about Ryan in our pregame show, and he steps right up. And, last week, Spencer, the Flathead Braves had a lot of trouble on special teams.
Yes.
Their coaches are to our left up here in the box, and they weren't very happy about that return. But they gave up 21 points on special teams last week.
Can't imagine as a coach. 21 points, of course, Flathead played over in Bozeman. They lost 35-0, but as Bruce just said, 21 points on special teams, so that one could be a lot closer if they just bottle a lot of things up. But West last week, here's Josh Erbacher. They showed no sign of rust last week, and here they are in their opening drive.
Erbacher, one of the best throwing quarterbacks in the state of Montana in AA this year.
And he starts off with a nice completion to Taco Dowler for a short gain. And last week, they started with a big play to Connor Ryan for 59 yards, scoring on their opening drive, and Flathead knows about that.
Sprint out.
Trips left for West here for Erbacher.
Pass. Ball, Cannon.
He goes deep to Connor Ryan. And we just talked about Connor Ryan. Looks like he's down just short. Oh, referee is saying he's in for the touchdown. The other one looks not so sure. And they're going to say that's 6 for Connor Ryan. We just told you a 59-yard pass on the opening drive last week. And here it is once again. Erbacher knows right away. Goes to Ryan, beats his defender. And he gets the pylon for 6 early. How about that, Bruce?
Yeah, boy, just a beautiful throw by Erbacher. And Connor Ryan, the one thing he has is he's got great speed, and he can run those patterns like that. We expect to see that combination quite a bit tonight, Spencer, as, boy, West High strikes quickly.
So here's the point after attempt for West. And it's good. Not even a minute into this ball game, and the Bears already put 7 on the board. They just keep cruising. Erbacher, as we said, scored on the opening drive to Ryan, and they did it again. That's got to drive these coaches nuts for Flathead.
Well, they're fairly quiet to the left of us right now, but, there's some great coaches on that Flathead staff. Quite a few of them were at Carroll College when I was the athletic director there. Sean Bloomquist and, Matt Upham, of course, was a captain of one of those Carroll National Championship teams.
Matt Upham, it's his first year over with the Braves, taking over after that 9-4 campaign last year. He's with this team. They lost a lot of guys, but they don't have an easy schedule to start either. I mean, Bozeman 1 week, Billings West the next. That's a tough start for a new head coach.
Well, and how about his dad? His dad, Greg Upham, is the superintendent of schools in Billings. Who do you think he's cheering for tonight?
He's just cheering for a great game, I think,
and nobody
at
gets
Davis
hurt.
Stadium.
Yeah,
nobody
that's right.
gets hurt. Big crowd.
Well, now's the time where Flathead wants to try to answer after giving up that long touchdown pass. Special teams, Spencer, are such a big part of this game. And
yes.
I mean, last week I was in Dickinson to watch Rocky Mountain College beat the number 9 Dickinson State Bluehawks. And they did it with 3 field goals by a freshman.
Well, here's Flathead with a little return of their own. And they get it out to the 35-yard line on the return by Chance Sheldon Allen. As we said, he had a couple returns for 30 yards last week, and he helps his team get in some good field position.
Yeah, they'll start here in good field position, but, you got to score some points. Last week shut out by a very good Bozeman football team. Bozeman and West are probably considered the top 2 teams in the state this year, but it's still early.
It's very early, and that's what seems to be what we're hearing from Kalispell Flathead is, hey, that was week 1. It's a tough matchup, and they're still figuring out who they are a little bit. We'll see. We got a flag on the play. We'll see where this one goes.
Officials talking things over here. A Billings crew tonight with this game. AA football in Montana this year, a little bit different. There's some new teams. Belgrade, who opened up their first ever AA game last week, getting beat by Butte. They're in the AA now, and there's going to be a new high school in Bozeman. There's going to be a high school in Lockwood. So there's 15 teams in AA football this year.
Sheldon Allen trying to get the edge, but the Bears defense is there to gang tackle. But still, good start for Flathead. You got to like it. You get the early return. You get the offsides penalty. So they're here on the 40-yard line already, a team really trying to get their first points of the season, mostly on the run, it looks like.
Yeah, last year, that kind of carried them into the state championship game. They had a tremendous running game, and it's kind of ironic that at the end of the game, it was 4 incomplete passes that cost them a state championship.
And here they are on the ground again, trying to pound it, but West all over it with the whole D-line. You got Andrew Brester and Jaden Bienview in there. They were having nothing of it, so a third down. I mean, yeah, you talk about that state championship last year. Their fullback had 34 carries for 205 yards. I mean, definitely want to ground and pound here. Third and short.
9:57 to go here on the Gardner scoreboard. Here, Cooper Smith in the shot.
Braves looking back to the sideline to get the call. They're about 3rd and 5 for the first down. Senior Cooper Smith takes the snap. He's looking to throw here. Wow, what a sack. Number 42, that's big old Hunter Boyce. He was all over it, that senior. He's that leader of their defense. And Flathead can't respond, and they got to bring out the punting team.
Yeah, Hunter had a big game last week against Missoula Big Sky. That's not easy to go on the road and win AA football on the road in the state of Montana. We're talking about Billings West. Rob Stanton gets the state championship last year. He won AA. His brother, Jim, won Class A at Billings Central. And his brother Pete won the North Star Conference at Dickinson State. So a pretty good coaching family.
Go Chance! Chance! Make that tackle, that'll boy!
Chance Sheldon Allen speeds down there, wraps it up, but West almost getting the block. I almost got a little worried for the Braves again. But yeah, excuse me, and that was Hunter Morse. But yeah, as you said, that's not too bad for a coaching line there.
No, that's a pretty good family tree there.
Versus one high.
And so Billings West will take back over on their own 31-yard line after Chance Sheldon Allen gets the nice tackle on the punt return.
Hey, you think they worked on special teams a little bit up in Flathead this week?
I'm sure they drilled it a lot. Those guys are probably getting tired. Hey, when can we run some offense again? Erbacher back in the shotgun.
There it is. Yes!
Hands it off.
That's how you play it, baby.
And the Braves are all over that. They take down Michael DeLowen quick and fast. It's the first time we've seen them hand the ball off.
Yeah, they had those 2 nice passes on their first possession and got that long touchdown pass to Ryan. That was your premonition, picking Connor Ryan as a guy to talk about early in the game.
Dirty snap, but Erbacher's going to keep it for himself. But once again, a whole lot of Braves are waiting for him. That time it was Tanner Russell involved on that one.
You have a team like Billings West that has great running backs. Their quarterback can take off and run, and then you have one of the better passing quarterbacks in the state of Montana high school football, and that's a pretty talented offense for that Billings West team.
And they just keep reloading. I mean, you lose a great back, you lose Jesse Owens. And Erbacher going deep again to Ryan, and it's caught once again down the sideline, and Ryan is going to go 2 for 2. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, this one for 65 yards. And Billings West again on the board with just 5 minutes into this game.
That kind of stuns you a little bit, but look at the time he had. That offensive line from Billings West doing a great job with protection. Erbacher has plenty of time, and he's got a guy that can really run in Connor Ryan.
It's the second time Ryan's gotten behind that defense, and you're right. I mean, Erbacher's just surveying, just waiting for Ryan to get where he knows he's going to be. Those two have a great connection from the last couple of years and trust each other. the PAT is good. It's 14-0.
Now, Connor Ryan, I believe, has committed to Montana State to play for the Bobcats next season,
yes,
just like his dad, Cy Ryan, who played many years ago.
You see any similarities between the two? I know Cy was a running back, but
they both have they have great speed, and they're built really compact and tight, so they're very strong student athletes. And now West High up 14-0, Spencer, and what a great start for Rob Stanton's squad.
Great start for them, and we're going to take a break here before kickoff. We'll be right back on SWX. Welcome back. West about to kick off after Connor Ryan scored another touchdown. So here's Chance Sheldon Allen ready to return for the Braves. Here he goes, going for that right sideline again. He makes one defender miss or runs into his own guy. And Tegan Corrin is all over it.
Great coverage there by Billings West. They got a little momentum right now, I would say, here at Dalis Stadium, their home opener. Last time they played on this field, as we mentioned, they won a state title. They want to keep that momentum going just a little bit.
You sure would think, and it's early. We're not even 5 minutes into this game, but you look at Kalispell Flathead, and you don't score last week. You're down 14-0 early here. They really need some points, I think, just to feel confident.
Yeah, I think a long drive here and getting some points on the board would help a lot, and it'd go a long way for that football team. Pretty young team for Flathead this year.
It is. Quarterback keeps it. Cooper Smith, he gets a nice run and slides. Still takes a nasty hit, but he's right there close to the first down. I just said young team, but got a senior quarterback there in Cooper Smith. He likes to do a little bit on the ground and through the air. Last week against Bozeman, he threw it for just 66 yards, but he also had 22 rushing. So definitely something West will have to take a look at. And he fakes it, throws it out, but West is there quickly. Wow.
It seems like there's a lot more Billings West guys on the field. They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. I mean, yeah, Taco Dowler just pops up out of nowhere for that tackle.
I was looking at the two deeps last night, and I saw that name. I figured Taco would be a guy we'd say a lot about tonight.
I think we've said him 3 times already, and he hasn't scored, but he's on defense. He's just flying around.
And he's got a younger brother on the team.
So 3rd and short for the Braves here, and they got a bunch of big guys all tied together on that line. They hand it off to get it downhill, and it looks like they're going to convert with the big back. That's Tanner Russell.
Yeah, first down of the ball game for the Flathead Braves.
Tanner Russell, that's their top defensive end over there. The anchor of their D-line comes in to get that 3rd and short situation. He just looks like a fullback through and through.
Watching the game last night with the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers, and they brought back a lot of the old Chicago Bears from that Super Bowl championship team.
100 years. Can you believe it?
Wow. 100 years in the National Football League. That is amazing.
Flathead, their first half.
So Flathead, it looks like they are going to take a timeout, and so we are going to take one more break. We'll be right back on SWX.
Football fans, don't forget your concessions dollars. Go to support West High football.
Welcome back after the timeout. We're back in action with the Kalispell Flathead Braves and the Billings Golden Bears. Billings West, excuse me. But Flathead here trying to get some momentum. They just got the first down on 3rd and short. So here they are on their own 34-yard line with a new set of downs. Cooper Smith with the play action. He's surveying, but he's got no time. West all over him.
Yeah, they're bringing the house a little bit. They're putting a lot of pressure on him, not giving him much time to even look up to find the open receiver. And I don't think anybody was open. The West High Golden Bears secondary did a very nice job there on coverage.
They didn't buy it. And, Flathead's been running the ball a lot, but they read that right away. And, you look for the guy who made the play. That one, I think, probably Andrew Bresser who started that. But they're just kind of really gang tackling. They're all there. You got 3-4 guys on almost every play, it seems like.
Yeah, I'm impressed with this start for Billings West.
Cooper Smith again in the gun, 2nd and long now. He rolls out to his right, looking to go across his body. Oh, but he finds the receiver for the nice first down. That's Tanner Bell. You gotta love that if you're the Braves, picking up a big 2nd and long situation after taking the sack, rolling them out, getting away from that nasty West D line.
Yeah, Bell ran a nice route there, and Smith did a good job of rolling out. I'm not so sure he's going to have much time if he does many dropbacks tonight. So his strength is rolling out to the right.
Yeah, they're going to have to keep him moving because West, as you said, is flying around. Cooper Smith again rolling to his left, looking for a receiver, and that is short for Chance Sheldon Allen. But like you said, there is the rollout again. So it'll be 2nd and 10 on the 50-yard line for the Braves.
A pretty nice little crowd tonight, Spencer, here at Dalis Stadium. Another game going on across town. The defending Class A state champs are at home tonight over at the Rocky Bowl, Herb Clint Field. That's where Central plays their home games.
And I heard a little story about that. I know Central was, paying to play at Dalis and all that, and I heard that you found them at home at Rocky.
Well, that was in our plans from the start. The president at Rocky, Dr. Bob Wilmuth, that was kind of his vision to let Central play with us. You got a football field, you might as well use it. And so the folks at Rocky, and I was part of that, we decided that Central would be a great partner, and now they have Friday night lights in their own stadium.
That's great. That's great venue for them, and it's great for the fans because you get a couple defending state champions playing at the same time, which I guess that can be tough. You got to choose, but plenty of football to choose from here in the Magic City. That's just a great product. And so 3rd and 7 again for the Braves. Let's see if they can pick up another crucial 3rd down for them, trying to get some points. Cooper Smith rolling out to his right, looking for a receiver. And he finds Bell, kind of similar to that play down, but Bell can't hang on to it. And the Braves are going to have to bring out the punting team again.
Well, they moved it a little bit. They got a couple first downs, showed that they can throw the ball a little bit against this Billings West defense.
And I think that's going to be key to keeping them honest. The first couple drives, they kept trying to pound it. They just couldn't really get anything. So now they're rolling out Smith, trying to show West that, hey, you got some more things you're going to have to think about.
Drop deep for the Bears.
It's going to turn out to be a pretty nice night here in Billings. If you're not familiar with Wendy's Field at Dalis Stadium, it's right next to Pioneer Park and on the campus of Billings Senior High School.
Oh, the Braves looking to fake the punt, but the snap is bobbled, and the Bears are all over it. Wow. Bears sniffed that out, but it didn't help to have the bobble snap, and once again, special teams an issue for the Braves early in their season. Here's the replay. The snap comes too fast, and West is all over it. That's Camden Olson and Cole Curry. They sniffed that out, and
I don't think they were surprised at all. I like the way Matt Upham and his staff's thinking. Take some chances, try to break things open a little bit.
But now if you're the Bears, you got the ball on the 49-yard line. Do you go back to the secret sauce of Connor Ryan deep and just try to step on him right now? They run in the reverse. And he splits him off field and makes the defender miss. That's Taco Dowler, and he takes it all the way to the house for the 6 points. Well, they took a shot of a different kind. Taco Dowler takes it right up the middle after a reverse. West is pouring it on here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Billings West couldn't have had a better start in this game. Look at this. I think everybody was
cut by
fooled.
Dowler.
Yeah, look at that. Great cutback, good speed. He's going to take it into the end zone, and Billings West has had it 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, and it hadn't taken very many plays.
Taco Dowler, the 5'9" sophomore. Can you believe that? We've called his name already 5 times tonight. We know Connor Ryan. We know Erbacher. The PAT banks its way in. So West is up 21-0, but what a first quarter for Taco Dowler.
Yeah, it's a great start for this Billings West team.
As you said, just all the numbers, and we talked about their ability. Billings West always has the numbers, it seems like, of the schools. And
yeah,
so
they do.
You have a guy like a Jesse Owens leave. Well, it's okay. We got Connor Ryan as our senior receiver. What are you going to do after Connor Ryan? Well, they may have found it in Taco Dowler early.
You know, it's one of those, they don't rebuild, they reload. You know, they've got great junior varsity and freshman teams at all the high schools here in Billings, and they just keep coming up through the ranks. You know, Billings seniors won a couple state championships recently. Billings West wins it last year. Skyview, when they had some tremendous success, you know, in this, you know, in the early years of Billings Skyview High School. Ron Lebsock was their coach, and Ron won a couple state titles, and so Billings has had great football. Of course, the Flathead Valley's had some good football. The Flathead Braves were really talented last year. Glaciers won a couple, and under Grady Bennett, the former quarterback for the University of Montana.
So here we are again, familiar territory. Hopefully Chance Sheldon Allen, maybe for the Braves, can get them some of that nice field position once again. So here's the kickoff. Allen is going to return this one inside his own 5. Tries to take it to the right again. Cut up the middle, but Wes is right there. That's Zach Erbacher, the wide receiver and special teams player for Wes, on the tackle. So the Braves are going to have to start on their own 16.
Now, if you were a wide receiver and your brother was the quarterback, you would hope you'd get a couple passes before the night's over,
right?
Yeah. You got to deal with mom and dad when you get home if you don't.
You got to.
Braves got to hang in there. You know, there's a lot of time left in this game, Spencer. And although West has got off to this great start, you know, Flathead just needs to take some time, maybe take some time off the clock, get a good drive here.
Maybe try to get back to that run game if they can. So here they are in the pistol. Hand it off to Chance Sheldon Allen on the reverse. He's able to get 5 yards on first down. And of course, West once again with 3 guys in there, but who else besides Hunter Morse flying around to get that tackle?
Yeah, Hunter played a big role in their state championship last year as well as a junior.
I talked to him at the beginning of the season before their game last week, and you know, he wasn't shy about being confident. He knew that it was kind of his time to lead this crew and not let them settle. It can be interesting sometimes, I think, to win a state title as a junior who played well. It's kind of like, oh, I got to come back.
You know, what do I do next?
Yeah, right.
You know, how do I follow that up?
Yeah. Cooper Smith hands it off again at Paxton Boyce, trying to get the edge, but West once again is there. Hunter Morse with some of his fellow Bears.
You know what West High's done a good job with defensively in this first quarter is that as Flathead tries to get to the corner, they just keep stringing it out, and more Billings West players kind of step up, and there hasn't been much room to run.
No, they keep trying to get that edge. You can tell with Sheldon Allen, who we talked about with his speed, or Paxton Boyce, and just haven't been able to find it. The Golden Bears been ready for it. So 3rd and 10 here for the Braves. Smith drops back, but he's getting chased, and he's taken down. The Bears get another sack. That one from Cole Curry, the senior D lineman.
That'll bring up 4th down.
That's another senior who's coming back, who's just flying around. You seem to always see 56 and 42 on almost every play. Keeping his contain, as you just mentioned, not letting Smith roll out. So if you're the Braves here, a little scared on this punt?
Well, you want to make sure you get a good snap and you get it off quickly. I'm sure West High is going to bring a little pressure here to try to block it. Boy, they've had some big plays.
Punt. West can't quite reach it. Chance coming, but it will be fielded. But Chance, Sheldon Allen still finds a way to get off his block. It's a couple really nice special teams using his speed there. But the Billings West Bears once again with great field position. As you said, special teams, such an important part of the game. We can talk about those deep balls from Erbacher, that great play by Taco Fowler, but the truth of the matter is most of the time they're starting on the 50-yard line or better.
Yeah, great field position, and they've had big plays. They haven't had the ball very much. I would say that time of possession is in Flathead's favor because West scores in 1 or 2 plays.
Similar to that state championship last year, right? Run it right up the middle. Flag out of the refs. Refs throw the flag, and Chance Sheldon Allen gets the tackle on Michael De Leon. And we'll have to see what the call is. Looked like a holding.
Yeah, probably a hold against Billings West. That'll bring it back a little bit. Really the first mistake that West High has made in this game.
And really the only mistake they really had last week. Last week they had 13 penalties for 121 yards. That's something that happens early in the season often. I'm sure Rob Stanton wants to clean up.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Stanton wasn't happy about that many penalties.
Get a great run, try to maybe have a methodical drive here, but they go right back to it. And the nasty tackle. There they are, right back to where they started. Forget about that penalty.
Spencer, nothing fancy about that. Just good blocking up front.
Michael De Leon, a couple nice cuts.
Yeah, he hits the hole and then he makes the cuts on his own. But I'm impressed with this West team. They are so solid in every position.
So maybe a chance for us to see an actual drive. 2nd and 8. Erbacher drops back. He's in trouble, but he gets away from the pressure. Picks up a big block, and Erbacher will be taken out about on the 42-yard line. Ref throwing the flag. Think it's for that hit there.
Well, that was a pretty good shot there. I'm not sure if it was legal or not. Let's wait and see as the officials talk about it. That's one
Neil
thing,
Daly who
not just in Montana, but across the country, is a lack of officials. If you're in college, it's a pretty good part-time job to, take the officials test and get involved with high school athletics. It's kind of it's a fun thing to do, and you can make a little bit of money.
Yeah, and that would be the call, and West is getting backed up. They're backed up all the way to their own 34-yard line. Oh, man.
Yeah, break there for Flathead.
They needed it. So they hand it back off to De Leon, and he's looking to get it all back. He gets down at about the 50-yard line. That'll give West a chance here on 3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd and long.
And the run game, you get rid of those couple penalties. It's really been going well for the Bears.
They have great size in their offensive line. And it's hard to fight experience, and West High has a lot of experience back. Flathead not nearly as much back from their team that got to the state title game.
Erbacher drops. He's looking deep again, but he'll be taken down. That's the big nose guard, Mac Bybee, who finished him off. And the Braves get their first stop of the game. That O-line's been really trying to protect Erbacher, and really I don't think they did a bad job here. That may have been more of a coverage sack.
Yeah, honestly. I think the secondary for Flathead did a nice job there, and their head coach is really a defensive-minded guy, and Matt Upham, he was starting safety for Carroll College, and
that'll end our first quarter. Billings West up 21-0, But Flathead getting their first stop. We'll see after this break. West will be punting. If the Braves can get some momentum, we'll be right back here on SWX.
Taco Dowler will kick it away for the Bears.
Welcome back for the start of the second quarter. After the punt, the Braves will get the ball on their own 25-yard line, trying to get some points on the board. They start handing it off back to Boyce. He goes up to the middle. Looks like he lunges forward for about 5 yards on the play.
You know, Spencer, that's going to help their passing game. If they can get something going on the ground a little bit, you know, Billings West has just been coming. They're bringing the house after him. And if they can get, you know, a couple big runs on the ground, I think that would really open things up.
Couple runs, get back to that rollout action.
You know, that's where they've had some success, when they have completed those passes.
Bad snap. Cooper Smith just has to dive on it. And now they're going to be back on their own 15-yard line. And it just seems like every time they start to maybe get something good going, a little mistake just sets them back once again.
Yeah, like, you know, the snaps are so important. Like on that fake punt when the snap wasn't handled. And, you know, so now they have their backs against the wall, and they've got to be careful here. They're deep in their own territory.
Going to be about 2nd and 15 for the Braves here. And they start with a bunch set. Got a flag from the officials.
You know, we didn't have many flags early, and now we've had 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, and this one I think will be the first on the Braves maybe, but they got to delay a game. So now they're going to be have to go 20 yards to get the first down.
Seemed like a pretty quick delay call.
Seems like we just called the last play, didn't it? So 2nd and 20. Smith rolls out. He's running for his life once again. Still looking, but there is that man again. Curry gets his 2nd sack of the game.
That'll bring up 4th down.
Take a look at the pressure here from that Billings West line.
Just flying around. Cole Curry kind of goes down, but gets back right up on his feet, keeps in pursuit of the quarterback. Now it's actually 3rd down, so now you're looking at 4th and long, about 4th and 30. The punter in his own end zone.
You need a good snap here, and you need to get it off quick.
Here's the punt. West there just misses the block. And that punt will land at about the 44-yard line. Whew, West almost got to that one.
They did, but a nice job getting the ball off because he had lots of pressure coming right after him.
As we said, you know, it's probably a point of emphasis coming into this game. And it's still early. All these teams are trying to work on those little things. And right now the Braves, I think, kind of get a win out of that situation considering the 2 penalties, the bad snap. Gotta like giving West the ball, but West will say, hey, we'll take it at the 44-yard line as well.
Well, we're excited everybody around the state of Montana can catch us tonight on SWX. This is great, having the ability to bring high school football to the state of Montana.
it's great for these guys. You know, Chris Byers and I talk, we say by the time these guys are seniors, they're TV stars. They're better than some college guys. There's De Leon, but I mean, we try to get out, talk to these guys, and we get the ability to do productions like this. And it's really great for a lot of these high schoolers, and I think it helps them too. You may be able to speak to this with years at Rocky, Carroll, those guys who have a little media experience.
Yeah.
Been on TV for games, been on TV for interviews. They're not as shy. They're more confident.
No,
you have to manage less. Erbacher in the play action throws it out to Zach Tallman, and the Braves rally around that. West going to be looking at 3rd and 8.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Oh, they had that one sniffed out. And, you know, maybe a little confidence coming back into that Flathead defense.
We heard, you know, they got some guys on defense, and I don't think they had a pretty good effort against Bozeman, giving up only 14 points on the defensive side.
Yeah, that's right.
They said those 21 coming on special points, so big 3rd down. Braves really need to stop here. Erbacher drops up. Looking deep for Connor Ryan. No one's there. That's his 3rd catch of the game, his 3rd touchdown of the game. And Erbacher and Ryan got that connection. They're back on the board.
And there was nobody near Ryan on that one, and Erbacher did a nice job. Again, had great protection from that offensive line and just stood back and let it fly.
Here it is again. Look at that pocket. Steps up. And the safety has no idea Ryan's there. It's too late once he does. 3 catches, 3 touchdowns. That's not bad.
That's a good night. I think he can retire for the night now.
I mean, last week he had 3 catches, 173 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tonight he's probably at about 150 yards with 3 touchdowns on 3 catches.
Yeah, he's probably leading the state in scoring right now. 5 touchdowns in 2 games.
Morris with the hold.
Wow.
West Side 28. Flathead.
5 touchdowns in 6 quarters.
Amazing.
And with that, West goes up 28-0. We're going to take a break here before kickoff. See you back after the break on SWX.
Halftime entertainment.
Welcome back to Dalis Stadium. We got the lights on now. It's officially Friday Night Lights. Got the sun down, and the Golden Bears, those fans, I tell you what, they've had a lot to cheer about tonight. They can't complain.
Yeah, they have. They've played that Billings West fight song a number of times. 4 touchdowns here early in the first half for Billings West.
As we just said, Connor Ryan, I mean, as you said, he's fast, but no one's even close to him.
Yeah, he runs a good route. That had to be a mix-up in the secondary for Flathead on that last pass touchdown.
I think they were maybe a little worried about that first down marker. It looked like a couple of receivers underneath, but Erbacher, as you've seen tonight, he knows where his man's going to be at number 24. So just with 8 minutes left to play in the first half, Billings West up 28-0 on the Kalispell Flathead Braves, and they're here to kick off.
A good return here might help things a little bit for Flathead.
They got the guy to do it back there. I mean, Chance Sheldon Allen, not only is he a good kick returner, but he won the state AA title in the 100 meter. So talk about speed with Ryan, but he's got some of his own.
That honor would say you're maybe the fastest kid in the AA.
And here he is returning, trying to make something happen, going to his right as he has all game, trying to get the edge. But Taco Fowler is there once again with the contain. He's just special teams, defense, offense. Billings West may have found a nice young player to reload with.
That's a great thing for a football coach to be able to do that. You know, have a lot of kids coming up the ranks. You know, that's why CM Russell High School was always so good. And back in the days when Great Falls High dominated, you know, they had programs where the young kids, you know, were all such great football people, and then great fans of the Rustlers and the Bison.
And you gotta love it as a coach. I mean, you have a guy like that who's starting on defense. He's starting making plays at receiver, but he's still devoted to special teams like that. So Flathead trying to get something going. 2 receivers to the left, 1 on the short side, and Smith will go that way. Gets a nice completion to Brian Wells to start the drive. So we'll see if they can get a couple together. Their first play has been pretty solid on each of their drives, and then they seem to have something that just kind of breaks their back on the next possession.
Second down.
I think they've picked up 3 first downs in this first half. You know, you attribute a lot of that to West High's defense.
Smith backing up again. He's looking that way again. Pump fakes, goes down the sideline, and he hauls it in. That's Brian Wells again. It's a nice over-the-shoulder grab. He's wearing that 13, and he looked a little bit like Odell Beckham Jr. on that catch.
Yeah, very nice throw, very nice pattern and catch.
Nice catch.
The back leg throw. It's a great grab for him.
Galvin
And I think
covered.
first time for the Braves inside
down.
Bears territory. They got right there and they went for that punt fake. So they're back here on the 42-yard line trying to get some momentum. Cooper Smith looking out to the left to Sheldon Allen, and it soars over his head. But that D-line was, again, right there. Hunter Morse.
Hands up.
Hands
made
up.
it tough to throw. The receiver was open on the left side. They were trying to get the ball off quickly.
So Cooper Smith coming back. They're getting the pistol with Paxton Boyce, 2 receivers to the left. And Wells on that short side, who's got a couple nice grabs on this drive. They'll hand it off to Boyce down the middle. Picks up about 3. They'll be at about 3rd and 6.
Paxton Boyce with the carries.
Just a quick hitter right up the middle for Flathead.
Caden Paul
Starting to really
there.
shake up their looks here.
That'll bring up third
Trying a
down.
little bit of everything, bouncing around on the field. What do you think they're going to dial up here on 3rd and 6?
Well, I think he's got to throw the football, but he also has to have some time to
do that.
to step back, and I still believe he needs to roll out when he's going to throw the football.
He pitches it to Boyce, but Wes is all over it. This time, it's Riley Burgesson, and I'll tell you what, the Braves had their man Sheldon Allen that they were going for.
Yeah,
Wes
he-
was playing way up tight on him.
That'll bring
Couldn't
up
get him the
third
ball.
down.
That defensive line for West is really coming after him.
As you said, I mean, got the right play call, they got the right look, but it's hard to do when you don't have any time. So Braves on the punt. Charles McCulley rugby style punt, and they're gonna let this one just roll about down to the 10. It's gonna keep going all the way to about the 8-yard line.
Well, the Flathead punter's done a nice job tonight.
He has.
He's had his back against the wall a couple times. Nice job there. The only really snafu was when he kind of muffed that snap.
And that wasn't even his fault. That was
That
his,
was not his fault,
protector. So at least you get an opportunity to switch the field, maybe get a big play from your defense.
Yeah, this is where the Flathead defense needs to step up, get a stop, 3 and out, get the ball back for their offense.
And for West, maybe a chance. We saw a couple drives ago them trying to establish that run game. Had some success, but those penalties really set them back. This may be a chance for Coach Stanton to get back to the ground. So we thought, right? Little bubble screen picks up 9.
Jack Collins with the catch.
Just short of a first down marker.
Gain of 8 on the play.
You know, they really, Spencer, haven't had many plays on offense that haven't worked.
The Braves coverage.
They've really executed well
Second
tonight.
down.
And working it all over that time. Tana Bell gets the short route, getting a lot of guys involved. And here on the bottom of your screen, you got Connor Ryan being guarded by Sheldon Allen. That's a lot of speed on the bottom.
Deep, Chance.
And Connor Ryan goes deep. Chance doesn't go with him. Almost picks it off on the short route, but man, Erbacher hasn't missed many, but he missed Connor Ryan big on that play.
Yeah, he did. And the Braves could have used that one to try to come up with the turnover, but
Chance Sheldon Allen, yeah, it made the mistake, but it almost paid off for him on the pick six because the safety was gone. Ryan was wide open, and he almost makes a big, big play, but it's going to be West still with the ball on third and about 1 to go. Hands it off to De Leon. Looks like he's in a little bit of trouble. He's right at the marker.
all depends on the spot here now for
17-yard line.
West High.
That was Tanner Russell on the tackle, and they're going to say first down for West.
That'll be enough for West High, first down.
De Leon just squeaked through there. Some tough shoes to fill for him.
Yeah, really, they are. And, you know, you're trying to find guys that can come in and play. And
Erbacher with a rare snap taken under center, hands off to De Leon, but he gets about to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't get up under center very often.
It was weird to look. I almost thought they were going to go play action with it, just because you don't see it.
Second down.
A lot of guys in today's game don't.
You know, NFL, college, high school.
And here he is under center once again. Here's the play action, looking out to the sideline. Got no one. He's under trouble by Russell. He's going to get back once again, maybe picks up a couple yards.
And good pressure there by the Flathead defense.
Tanner Russell, that defensive end, he's causing all kinds of trouble. Doesn't get the tackle there, but really forced Erbacher to have to step up.
Yeah. I like the way Erbacher plays. You know, he thinks real well, and
yeah, he didn't force anything there.
No, he never does, and he hasn't thrown a bad ball yet.
So Billings West, 3rd and 7 to go. West with 3 receivers to the right. Erbacher takes the snap. And they're going to play action. Caught right at the first down marker by Tallman, and another close one, but refs showing 4th down.
See if they'll punt the football or.
Looks like they're bringing out the punt team, maybe. So a nice stop there by the Braves.
Yeah, the defense really stepped up on that possession.
Knew they had to.
That's what they needed to.
Get a lot of pressure. Erbacher, like you said, it's just had all the time in the world until this drive. Sheldon Allen deep for the return. Signifies fair catch, and he'll catch it at the 44-yard line.
A good field position now for Flathead.
About 3.5 minutes to go. Really try to get some momentum here going into half. Get a little bit some positive energy.
Almost.
We're going to take one last break. 3.5 to go. We'll be right back on SWX. Welcome back to Dalen Stadium. 3:21 left in the first half. Flathead Braves, you're joining us now. 2nd and 10. They tried to take a shot, but Shane Sheldon Allen got held up around the line of scrimmage. So here they are again on 2nd and 10. They hand off to Boyce. He runs into his own player. Sorry, that's Russell, the fullback. He picks up about 4 on the power run, getting downhill.
At 3rd down and about 6 now for Flathead. I'd kind of like to see him get a drive here and have a chance to score some points.
That's a mean, old-school-looking guy right there.
Yeah, it is.
The defensive end and fullback, I mean.
A great-looking football guy.
Exactly. The game needed him about 10 years ago, and we need it more now. So 3rd and 6. Smith in trouble, rolling out to his left. He's going to try to pick it up on his feet, but he's going to get knocked out of bounds by Caden Dowler, about a couple yards short of the first down mark. You go for it here for the Braves?
I think you do. You're down 28-0, and you got to kind of get something going and maybe pick it up a first down on 4th. Give you a little momentum. There's still plenty of time to get the ball in the end zone.
So they marked him out of bounds at about the 49, so they're going to be 4th and 4 here. It looks like they're going to punt it.
Foley will kick it away for Flathead.
Coach Upham doesn't like what he sees, didn't like the formation, so he's going to call his second timeout of the game here and rethink this. Maybe trying to get a little creative there on 4th down with another fake that he just didn't like how they lined up.
Yeah, he's got a young team and a lot of new faces on his squad this year, and I'm sure these are all learning moments for this Flathead Braves football team. But what a tough start if you're Matt Upham. You have to play Bozeman, and then you have to come down to Billings and play Billings West, those are the top 2 teams in the state of Montana.
I mean, you're a former athletic director. You got your hands on scheduling and stuff. When you have a coach like that, how do you break it to him? You come to Matt Upham and you say, hey, you're going to start with Bozeman, and then we're going to send you to Billings West, and then you'll get Sentinel.
Well, you got to beat them sooner or later. You might as well get them right off the bat. Some people think that way too, Spencer, that, if we get them early, maybe they won't be in a groove yet.
Definitely.
And unfortunately, the 2 teams they've played have both been in the groove.
Definitely. West has not slowed up. Punt to the right, not quite what they like. And that's going to bounce out at about the 22-yard line.
Hey, you don't want to give up any more points this half.
Out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
Our defense may be picking up a little bit of momentum here. Stopped them on the last drive.
Touchdown here could be a real backbreaker for them.
Next Friday night we'll be at Laurel.
Yeah, Miles City.
Miles City. Custer County High School.
We were out at that game with highlights. Laurel at Hardin, and Laurel is looking explosive. They're excited for this season.
Well, they think they can win their division this year and have a chance to win a state title.
Of course, the motto there, always beat Central. We went out there and talking to the senior, and senior player just says, hey, I'd love to lead our team, have a lot of success, and I just want to beat Central. That's how he finished it.
I'll tell you, Jim Stanton's going to have something to say about that too. But
always. 2
very good football teams.
Erbacher rolling out. He's able to find Tallman, who picks up 30 on the game, but this one may be coming back. We got a flag at around the 17-yard line.
Yeah, probably a hold on Billings West.
Looks like Andrew Bresser may be guilty there. He's talking to the official a little bit, number 54.
Is he talking or is he pleading his case?
He's pleading, but it didn't work.
Yeah, I always say that too. I say, how many officials have you ever seen actually change the call because a kid talked to him?
Yeah, my thing when I was a player was always when I talked to an official, I would be honest. I'd say, how can I fix this?
Yeah.
Some of them, though, they hear so much talking, they think that you're being sarcastic when you go to them like that, though. They're like, don't give me attitude. I go, hey, no, seriously.
Do they play football out there in the Northwest?
Of course they play some football
right.
out in the Northwest back in Washington. So Erbacher
looks like UW's got another good football team this year.
Oh, yeah. There's Ryan just plowing his way through. That looked like it was going to be a short game, but he's able to push through for about 7 yards. That's the first time we didn't see him score a touchdown.
Yeah, you could hear the Flathead coaches get that ball out, try to grab at it, try to pop it out of there, get a fumble.
Anything. It's kind of weird not seeing Ryan go for a touchdown, though.
Yeah, I know. I'd pull him out. I'd get him out of the game.
Really?
Replace
Already?
him. No. Yeah, I know. He's a good football player. He's fun to watch.
Doesn't say for us. Keep him in, and please.
You know, it's great that there's so many opportunities for these kids to go on and get a college education and play football in Montana State, the Frontier Conference, a great league Frontier is. And
yeah, you know, you just kind of joked with me. Do they play football over there in Northwest in Washington? But but the ability to really see guys have a chance to play at the next level, get an education with some solid programs across the state at multiple levels has been really cool to see since coming here.
And there's so many great educational institutions in Montana. You know, I mentioned the Bobcats and the Grizzlies, but Rocky Mountain College, Carroll College, Montana Tech, MSU Northern, Montana Western, all those schools have great programs academically.
So here we are, 3rd and long, about 3rd and 24 for Erbacher. He's going to drop out, step up into the pocket. He finds Taco Dowler, who lunges forward for the first down. Seems like when Ryan's not available, there's Taco Dowler flying underneath.
Yeah, who do you shut down? I mean, you shut down one and the other one burns you.
Comes right back, so 1:30 to go. West trying to do a little bit of 2-minute drill, see if they can get something before half. And they hand it off to Boyce. He gets a couple yards. Sorry, De Leon. And there's a flag. So here's that first down. 3rd and more than 20. Taco Dowler catches down the middle, dips his shoulder, and lunges for that first down. Big play there, but holding on the next play, just on that short run by De Leon, will set West back again 10 yards. So we talked about those penalties last week. They have 13. I think they got about 5 now for about 60 yards with the personal fouls and the holdings.
Yeah, and they've had a couple of the last 2 possessions that have really set them back.
It seems to always be on the run game for the most part. Their passing game's been, except for one holding call, has been going smooth, but the run game, they've had a lot of penalties. But timeout here by West. They want to talk about it with 1:22 to go, looking to get one last score here before halftime to really step on the Braves.
It's a good type of game for Rob Stanton, where he can get a lot of guys in the lineup, get them some experience.
Yeah, and of course,
playing time.
There's so many games tonight going around the Treasure State, and so be sure to catch the only nightly 30-minute sportscast in the state of Montana. Join the entire SWX team of reporters every weeknight for interviews, feature stories, highlights, and scores. Let's join us for SWX Montana tonight, weeknights at 10:30 p.m., only on SWX.
I really like that. You know, as a sports fan like I am, a chance to kind of get caught up all over the state of Montana. You know, you sometimes get your local sports, but you don't get what's going on in western Montana or eastern Montana. And it's been a great addition to television in Montana.
And of course, I mean, right here we got AA action. You got 15 teams, so everything's interconnected. You
right.
need to follow along on the west side of the state because you're going to be seeing them.
You get a chance to know the kids too. You get interviews. And
Erbacher keeps it himself, showing on the feet. He splits another defender. He's still going. Now he's got Connor Ryan in front of him, landing him a block, and Erbacher's gonna go the distance. He goes 75 yards to the house before halftime. He's had a couple deep balls now, just doing it on his feet.
Well, Connor Ryan kind of paid him back there for those great passes.
Yeah,
he became the blocker. He led the way, and so we take a look at this play. Wow, what a great run by Erbacher.
I mean, Erbacher just stepping up on the left side here. Looks like he's going to get about 10 yards, and then he just starts cutting it back across the middle of the field. Look at those blockers he's got. And like you said, here's Connor Ryan doing just enough.
You know, sometimes getting in the way is about all you need to do.
That's 5 touchdowns for Erbacher. 4 in the air, 1 on the ground. This senior is the real deal.
That's a stat called TDR, touchdowns responsible for. And he has been responsible tonight, that's for sure.
6'4", 190, dropping back, now showing what he can do on it with his feet. Has he landed anywhere yet?
I don't think so. I think it's pretty early. You know, for commitments, you know, they're going to start now as the coaches get out around and watch games. And
yeah, it seems like a lot of those, like the Connor Ryans, maybe those ones with some family lineage.
Yeah,
that he's pretty happy in saying, "Hey, I'm going to be a Cat." But a guy like Erbacher, I'm excited to see what.
Yeah, I am too. I think he's definitely got potential to be a great college football player.
Number 3, Sheldon Allen.
I mean, if today's any evidence, cheerleaders doing some push-ups for touchdowns. This
They're gonna
may
get
be
tired.
a long night for them.
Spencer Berger will kick it away for the Golden Bears.
The Montana High School Association under Mark Beckman, they just do a great job, you know, with all the activities from speech and debate to all the athletic teams, band competitions.
Here's the kickoff. Sheldon Allen gonna return, takes a nice hop. He's gonna try to get to the left side, trying to get the edge. West once again just all together. That's Danil Zawaruski. I'm gonna take my best effort at that name.
West High's done a nice job coverage too on their special teams tonight.
Always got containment, seems like in every facet. But the missed extra point there for West. So it's 34-0, a minute to go in the half for Kalispell Flathead.
Flathead.
No, it's not here.
And I believe the Flathead came down today. They left early this
Really?
morning and made, I think it's, what is it, about a 7-hour bus trip?
Yeah.
And then they're going to turn around and go back. I think they're going to maybe stay tonight and then go back tomorrow.
You and I were watching in warm-ups, and I mean, kickoff was about to happen, and they were still running up and down, just trying to get loose, trying to get ready for this big test. We got another flag here. And this one is going to go against Flathead. They're going to be backed up another 5 yards. It looked like Hunter Morse was kind of teasing the center.
Yeah, just jumped a little bit.
Hunter Morse kind of took a little jab at him, and Flathead bought it. So they're backed up 1st and 15. They're going to just hand it off to Boyce.
Yeah, I would say be careful now. You're deep in your own territory. You don't want to make any more mistakes.
Play it safe here.
Injury limping off a little bit.
That's Caden Paul, the fullback and linebacker. So Cooper Smith and Drew Harrison back in the gun, and Flathead's very content with just running this one down. Hands it off again to Harrison. He's plowing forward, keeps those legs driving. Nice run from him, and he picks up the 1st down.
Yeah, nice job running the football. That's their best run of the game so far for Flathead.
It's Drew Harrison. They got a couple of real power backs that I wish they could get it going a little bit more. But that's going to take us into the half, it looks like. Braves content with taking it down, and we're going to go to halftime.
I don't think they're worried about even running another play. So that'll be the end of the first half. Pretty impressive for Billings West.
So Billings West up 34-0 at half. 3 explosive plays by Connor Ryan, Josh Erbacher, just everywhere. Braves struggling to get anything on the board, so we'll take a quick break for halftime. We'll see you right back here on SWX.
Mobile.
Calling Lisa.
Call Lisa Parker, mobile.
Calling Lisa. Mobile.
Not many highlights for the old Flathead Braves.
No.
Call Lisa Parker, mobile.
She's right here.
Oh. How'd they do? Hold on, I can't hear you. Hold on.
They lost.
What'd they lose?
Yeah, the other team scored with the other team scored
Did they play with them?
Second overtime, yeah, that's tough.
Oh, it was the second overtime?
So, and they said it was a very even match.
Okay.
So,
Let's meet your JV cheerleaders. Haley Finno, Lola Gannett, Haley Graham,
Okay.
Jessica Hewlin, Chloe Jurovich, Maddie Globakowski,
Okay.
Malaya Minkoff,
Do you hear all of that?
Lisa,
Laura Marshak,
what did you say?
Do you hear him when he's talking, or is that just me?
Not very well.
Okay, so we're about 30 out.
Okay.
We're going to talk over those highlights that you kind of just saw and just kind of wrap and then quick toss back to break.
Okay.
let's meet your varsity West High cheerleaders.
so if it gets West needs one more point, and then it's a
Callie Gagnon, Taylor Harper, Renzi Hernandez,
Well, an explosive first half for the Billings West Golden Bears. I think that's the best way to put it, wouldn't you say, Bruce?
Yeah, big plays. It's amazing the plays that West High came up with. Connor Ryan, getting a couple long touchdown catches, and he had a big run. And Erbacher had a nice run for a touchdown. And
There's that one on the opening drive, just after we talked about. Second week in a row, they've scored on the opening drive, and then Erbacher again. Those two got a heck of a relationship going.
yeah, you can tell. I guess it's obvious, state the obvious, but they're on the same page. And very impressive offensive job by Billings West. I like the job that their offensive line, you saw the hole there that was opened up for that long touchdown run.
And Taco Dowler, a guy that we're not talking about a lot here, but offense and defense, that was his touchdown. Of course, here's Connor Ryan again. A lot of us know him, but we've been talking a lot about Taco Dowler.
Yeah, Taco Dowler's had a great first half as well. He's kind of the unsung hero in the group, but all the plays have been big plays, Spencer. I mean, they're not just like 2-yard runs. I mean, they're 55 and 75 and 69 and.
I mean, yeah, here's Erbacher. We've seen him throw, but this was a 75-yard touchdown run on his feet for a 6'4" guy. That's special.
Yeah, this is a good test for Matt Upham, a first-year head coach. How does he get his team to come back out and play hard the second half? And that's a key for him now, to see what they're made of a little bit. Long trip down to Billings, and you want to get something out of it, and that would be, play well in the second half, and that's what you'll think about when you're on the bus going home.
And we'll see. This will be a quick halftime, so we'll see you back for the second half right after this. Okay. SWSX is excited to bring you another season of Montana football. Saturday, September 7th, the action heats up with Montana State facing off with Southeast Missouri State. Kickoff at 6 p.m. You can catch that game right here on SWX with Chris Byers. Your home for Montana football. And we got plenty more games all season coming your way. We also have the University of Montana going up against Northern Alabama. That's going to be an exciting game on Saturday, September 7th. You can watch out for it. Kickoff will be at 7 p.m. on Color 8, so don't miss any of that action. We got both of them going on, Bruce.
Well, I'll have that remote control in my hand, and I'll just keep bouncing back and forth to each game, and I really look forward to Chris and Mike Callahan calling that game. Southeast Missouri's ranked in the top 15 in FCS. They got a big win last week over Southern Illinois, a perennial power in FCS. Beat them 44-26, so they'll be a tough one for the Cats.
Couple great matchups, as we said. You can watch on SWX tonight, but we still got this one. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back.